Dear students, in today's video session, we are going to discuss about the concept of Canvas, which is available from HTML version 5 onwards. HTML Canvas helps us to create graphics on the fly in any web page. Some of the graphics that are generated by HTML Canvas are displayed on the screen. This is solid filled rectangle. This one is gradient filled rectangle. This is multicolored gradient filled rectangle. And this one is multicolored text. All these graphics are generated with the help of HTML Canvas. Now let us discuss what HTML Canvas actually is in detail. Canvas is just a rectangular area in a HTML web page. The Canvas element is used to create graphics. The Canvas element is only the container for the graphics, and we have to use JavaScript code to create the graphics. There are a lot of methods available for creating graphics like boxes, circles, text, creating path, and adding images. And Canvas is supported by majority of browsers like Google Chrome version 4.0 onwards, Mozilla Firefox 2.0 onwards, Microsoft's Internet Explorer 9.0 and above, Apple Safari browser version 3.1 and above, and Opera 9.0 and above. All these browsers supports Canvas. From this place, we will be discussing about various Canvas functions used to create different types of shapes. So this place will contain the source code. On the right side of the screen, we will see the output. In the first example, we will discuss how to create a simple line with the help of Canvas. For this, we begin by creating the HTML body block like this. Within this, we are going to use the Canvas element. We are creating the canvas with the name My Canvas. The height of the canvas is going to be 100 pixel and width 200 pixel. We don't see anything on the output screen at present because by default, there is no border for the canvas. We have to explicitly define the border with the help of style sheet like this. We are creating a border with 1 pixel solid black. And now if we refresh, we can see the canvas is created. The canvas is visible here. Now to create a line from this point, this is 0, 0 to this point. This is 200, 100. To create a line from this point to this point, we have to use JavaScript. In this place, we are going to write the JavaScript necessary to create the line. So first, we create the script block. Within this, we use this line to get the ID and assign it to a variable. The next step is to get the context of my canvas and assign it to another variable. For this, we use the function getContext. So my canvas is assigned to the JavaScript variable C. We use the getContext method like this, c.getContext of 2D, since we are going to draw two-dimensional graphics, and we assign it to the variable ctx. These two lines can be combined into a single line like this. That is, getting the element ID as well as getting the context and assigning it to this variable can be written in a single line like this also. But for better understanding, we will have it in two different lines. So after doing this primary work, now we can move to the main task of creating the line. We use two different functions to create a line. We have to mention the starting point of the line and the ending point of the line. First, we use the method move to the coordinate 0, 0, and then the function line to. This defines the ending point of the line. Now, if you refresh, nothing will happen in the output. To get things displayed, we will be using this function stroke to see the output on the screen. Now we can see a line is drawn. So to refresh, we have done two things. One is we have created the canvas and we have used the JavaScript coding to draw the line. Within the JavaScript coding, these are the important things to remember. First, we have to get the context and assign it to a variable, and now this becomes an object. And we can use these methods, move to, line to create the line, and to display the line we use the stroke function. Moving on to the next example, here we will discuss about how to create a circle with canvas. To demonstrate this example, I am going to bring up the same source code that was used to create a line. This is the source code that was used to create a line. Here you can see the move to method and line to method. Now this is not required in this example, so I will remove these two lines and use another two methods that are necessary to create a circle. We create a circle with two other methods, that is begin path and arc. So this arc method actually creates a circle. There are 5 parameters in the arc method. The first two parameters defines the midpoint of the arc or the circle. The next, that is the third parameter, defines the radius. The fourth parameter defines where the arc should start, and the fifth parameter says where your arc should end. Actually, these two, that is the last two parameters, that is the angle, should be in radians. So we are using the pi. 2 pi is equal to 360 in terms of degrees. So we start the arc at 0 and end the arc at 360th degree. So now if we refresh the output, you can see the circle is being drawn. So this is the 0th degree, this is 90 degree, and this one again is 360th degree. So we start at 0 degree and end the arc at 360 degrees. So we get a complete circle. In the next slide, we will see what happens to the output if we change these parameters. We will open the computer screen for this purpose. Now I have opened up the code area to show you in detail how this arc function works. Now this is the output. We get a complete circle. This is because we started to draw the arc at 0 degrees and ended the arc at 360 degrees. So if we want to end the arc at 90 degree itself, for example, I cannot use directly here 90, that has to be converted to radians. So multiplying the degree value by pi by 180 will convert it into radians. So 90 into pi by 180, 90 into the value of pi, you can use math pi or you can use 22 by 7. This is pi divided by 180. So now we have converted to radians. So one more closing bracket is required. Now if we run this, you can see the arc starts from 0 degree and ends at 90 degree. We can just keep on increasing it. For example, I am making it as 180 degrees. You can see the line is getting drawn like this. If you want to draw an arc from this place, this is actually 180 degrees and this one is 360 degrees. If you want to invert this arc, here we have to use 180 degrees. Once again, here also you have to use the conversion formula. 180 into 22 divided by 7, that is pi by 180, and here the ending degree is 360 degrees. Now let us see the output. So it starts at the angle 180 degree and ends at 360 degrees. So this is how the arc function works. We use the same arc function to create arc as well as circle. Hope you understand this example. Now we will move to the next example. To understand the creation of gradients with canvas, now let us open up the system screen. Here in this example, we are going to see how to create gradients. There are two types of gradients. One is linear gradient, other one is radial gradient. To create a gradient, that is done in 2 steps. First, we create the gradient. These lines are used to create the gradients and use the gradient to fill the context. So create the gradient, we use the method create linear gradient, which consists of 4 parameters. we have to create a gradient from the point 0, 0. This is actually 0, 0. And the gradient should extend all the way to this point. This is 200, 0. This is 200, 0. Our entire canvas dimension is 200 by 200. 200 pixels in height and 200 pixels in width. As you know, gradient usually consists of many colors. In this example, we are using two colors, blue and yellow. So the gradient should start from this place with the blue color, and gradually the color should be converted to yellow color. This is how we define the gradient. After defining the gradient, we assign the gradient to the fill style property of our context. And we use the fill rectangle method to fill the rectangle, that is the entire rectangle from 0, 0 to 200, 2. We need to fill the entire rectangle from this place to this place. Now let us run and see the output of this. Okay, so this is what the output is. It starts with a 0. It starts with blue color and ends at yellow color. Here, if we want, we can add the color stops, many color stops as we require. I am going to add one more color stops. These should start with the value 0 and end with 1. In between, you can add as many color stops as you require. I am going to add one more color stop using the same method. Add color stop. Of in between at the point 0.5, I am going to use white color. Now let us see the output of this. So now we can see all the three colors. It starts with blue. In between, we have in the middle we have white, and in the end we have yellow. And here you can adjust these values to change the angle. If we want our gradient to be in a slanting manner like this, we can make the gradient to fill from 0, 0 to 200, 200. So that the output will look something like this. So this is 0, 0 and 200, 200. So the entire thing is slanted to a particular angle. We can add a few more colors in the in-between stops. Now I will add and show you. So here I have added few more colors: 0, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. And now let us see how the output is. So we can see many colors. It's starting from blue and ending with the blue. To create a radial gradient, we have to change this function to create radial gradient. And we have to set the parameters accordingly. Now if we run directly, we won't be getting any output. So now let us correct these parameters. The first two parameters being the center of the gradients. I will use 100, 100 because the dimension of our canvas is 200 by 200. So the midpoint, this place will be 100, 100. And the radius of the gradient, initially I am going to set it to 10. And once again, I have to mention the center for other circles. So that is also going to be 100, 100. And the radius is going to be 50 initially. Now let us see how the output is. So we have obtained a radial gradient like this. Now you can adjust the radius or the center to create different types of gradients. For example, if I am making this to 100, I am going to get a circle like this or a gradient like this. Similarly, you can even change the center and see how the gradient looks like. For example, this 100, 100, I am going to make it as 50, 50. And now let us see how the gradient looks like. Okay, it looks like something like this. So this is how we create radial gradients. Now we have almost come to the end of today's class. Just a quick wrap up. Today we learned what canvas is, how to create graphics with Canvas, how to create a line, how to create a circle, how to create the two types of gradients, linear and radial. And we used these methods in today's examples. To draw a line, we use move to, line to, and stroke. To draw a circle or arc, we used these methods, begin path, arc, and stroke. And to create the two types of gradients, we used create linear gradient and create radial gradients. With this, we conclude today's session. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.